What's up, y'all? It's the Cocktail 615. It's your boy Trey. We are here in the Cocktail 615 studios. I got my homegirl Mel here with me. We're going to tackle some issues that we got going on in our minds, or if you will. But what's going on with you? How you been doing since we last
blessed
recorded?
And highly favored and seasoned with a taste of grace.
Yeah. So are you enjoying 2021? Like, have you had any kind of resolutions that you're keeping up with, or?
I made a resolution a while ago not to make resolutions.
Okay, so you're doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, I'm, solid.
So you had some African food today, right?
I did. Yeah. I had Ethiopian food.
Ethiopia, because it's not continental food; it's country food. Is that?
Yes.
Anyway,
going back
what did you have?
The country. So I had some Jollof Rice.
Jollof. So what does that? For somebody that doesn't know,
it's delicious. Eat it.
Is it like yellow rice? Is it saffron?
It's got spices in it, but it's not yellow.
Is it fried or boiled rice? Like, is it like fried rice? Or is it like you put it in a pot and then it soaks up the water?
I mean, I didn't make it, so I don't.
You know what jollof rice is? I know what chicken fried rice, shrimp fried rice, I know what that is.
It might be fried. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay.
But it's delicious.
Jollof.
It's got a lot of great spices in it.
Okay.
And then I had some plantain and I had some beans to go with it.
Some beans. What kind of beans?
Delicious.
Pinto bean? Black-eyed peas?
It's actually black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed
peas.
peas.
So peas.
Peas.
It's like peas and rice.
Yeah.
But they don't make it like how we make ours in the U.S.
Yeah.
So it's.
Did you eat it with your hands? Have some cornbread or something? Oh.
Well, no. Okay, so I
they
also
sop
had.
it up like eat it with the hand. No.
So I did have a vegetable soup.
Okay.
And then I had a pound yam.
Pound yam.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So I got the pound yam and kind of scooped up some of the.
I see.
The soup.
See. I don't think I've ever had Ethiopian food. So the next time that you go, you want to make a date of it, I'll go with you and try it.
Okay.
I'm open to trying new things. I don't really eat beans.
Maybe not a date, but like an outing, an adventure.
Why does date have such a sexual connotation along with it? It's like we going on a date, even if we don't have any kind of romantic involvement.
That would be an adventure.
An adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, when you want to adventure to Ethiopian food, let me know and I'll go with you.
Okay.
But if you are watching this for the first time, if you are hearing our voices for the first time, hey, check this out. Go ahead, hit like, subscribe, whatever if you don't even like it, just hit the thumbs down button. We need to know.
No. Don't do that.
No thumbs down.
Because you're going to like it. You're going to love it. You're going to want some more of it.
I like it. Who sang that song?
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, I understood where you were going with that. But no, please subscribe.
Definitely comment. We read them gents.
Man, thumbs down. I don't care. If you hit the thumbs down, that means you went through it enough for me, because I just need the views. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like it, I appreciate the time that you took out of your day to get your hate on with the Cocktail 615. But anyway, we gonna come right back with the news if I can get it out. Yep. Have total control over your home no matter where you are in the world. Titan Home Security. They got smart home security equipment at no cost for equipment with free installation and activation. Packages starting at $39.99 flat rate. Contact Dustin Hall, manager at Titan Home Security, 615-601-1760. Use promo code COCKTAIL. That's promo code COCKTAIL. Hey, what's up? It's the Cocktail 615. We are back with the news. Hey, Melanie, or Melly Mel. I don't. What do you prefer? Is Melanie cool?
I mean, they're all my names. So
okay, Melanie, I'll call you whatever I feel like then.
Well, wait now.
So, have you been keeping up with the news? Have you been keeping your ear to the ground and
to the streets
about some news topics? How do you get your news? I don't think I've asked you that. Do you just
on my phone?
On your phone.
Yeah, I kind of censor and what do you call that? I set my algorithm in a way as such I don't get certain news.
Right.
I'm just not here for it.
Okay. All right. So, do you invest in the stock market? Have you ever invested in the stock market? Do you have investments? Do you have a portfolio?
I'm doing a little research on Forex.
Okay.
So I'm into that a little bit.
Okay.
Shout out to Vevelyn Grant, who is my Forex trading advisor.
Okay.
She does a great job of really explaining it and breaking it down for me.
Okay.
So
Did you hear about what happened with GameStop?
I did.
Okay. Oh,
I did.
man. That's the true Robin Hood story right there.
Man.
They were able to influence the market in a way that, some people that really don't stand a chance against the stock market and the numbers unless you are actively paying attention and involved in that. I'm not saying everybody doesn't have the capabilities of that, but to provoke the market so that everybody wins, especially if you're in that little group, I thought that was dope. And so when Facebook tells you everything, right? So when after I have my coffee, after I look at my emails, it's like, dang, these people are, making cheese. It's like a 10-year-old child had a 5,000% return, just big cheese, smiling. And so I don't know what the initial investment was for him, but to 5,000% on top of that, man, that's a great day. But you also have to be mindful that, there are going to be tax implications and all kinds of things that you're going to have to pay back. They're not going to let you.
Want his cut off the top.
Off the top. So
big pimping.
Hey, if you hit that lick on the GameStop, listen, put some money to the side because they're going to get their share for sure.
Right.
So are you on E-Trade or Robinhood or any of those kind of mobile trading arena type things?
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell everybody that I invest, and sometimes it's like I know I am not well versed in stocks and, can read the graphs and know how it's, cyclical. I said I'm going to take $60 each paycheck, buy some stock, and when it becomes at the point where I have received a return on my investment that I'm comfortable with, I'm going to sell those stocks. I'm not going to just keep holding on to it, and then lose all your damn money. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm on Robinhood. I got some other investments, through 401ks and all of that kind of stuff. But the Robinhood one I got, it's like I'm at 120% return. So I think I've done pretty good by just buying low, especially when the economy fell, around March. That's when I started buying some airline stock, Spirit Airlines, United Airlines, because it dropped. And it's just a matter of...
so you didn't buy none in Delta?
Delta? No, I think I have some Delta stock, but it was a little too rich for my blood. $60 don't go a long way when the stock $55. So you had to get it when it was so low that, it was a priority for the stock market or for the government to then back these companies. And so, it's just a matter of time, in my opinion, that it's going to turn around and, you're going to be able to see the fruits of that investment. So that's what I'm waiting on. Now, as far as the Cocktail 615, I want to give y'all some updates as far as COVID is concerned in Davidson County.
The COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
We're in the middle of a panorama.
Panorama. But no, man, y'all need to really keep up with this, man, because I think because it's normal now, right? The pandemic is normal. That you really...
Because y'all is lax.
Right. You really don't pay attention to these numbers and really... I don't want to say guide your life based on the numbers because that's not fair. I mean, you should still live your life, but, they say January is the deadliest month in COVID history, right? But they also said December was the deadliest month in COVID history, and November was... So each month is progressively getting
deadlier.
right? So,
Even more deadly.
let me tell y'all what to do, what they tell y'all to do. Hey, wear your mask, wash your hands.
Don't touch your face
Yeah,
as I'm
don't touch
doing it right now.
Right, stay 6 feet away. Man, just pay attention to how you feel. And if you feel like you are sick, like you've never been sick before, I don't want to act like I'm a doctor, but just pay attention to your body. You know when you're sick, and you know when you need to get medical attention. But some people, man, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, man, I don't take no medicine. I ain't getting no vaccine. I ain't doing okay.
You know what?
Okay.
Now, okay, I'm not an advocate for the vaccine.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not. I got 2 words for that vaccine. Tuskegee experiment. I'm done. I ain't gonna talk about it no more.
But this is not the same.
But here's my thing. It'd be so the people who be like, I'm not getting the vaccine, be the same people who be like, oh, I don't know what's in that vaccine, and this is. But then it's like, oh, the McRib is back. So you don't want to take a shot because you don't know what's in it, but you want to eat a McRib. Okay,
right? Yeah.
All right.
That's too ribbery.
No, right.
That's too ribbery. We'll get to it. Matter of fact, we're going to get to it right now. So, it's the Cocktail 615. We are back with the word of the day. And I think you did all right the first couple of times. But this time, I made it a little easier because I want you to get some points on my point board. You haven't even scored yet. So
I mean, it's the education for me.
Okay, it's the education. Okay, here we go. The first word I have for you is feckless. Feckless.
That sounds bland.
It's an adjective.
I mean, I gathered that.
Feckless. Feckless. Sound it out. Feckless. You got something for me?
Man, he had on a gold chain. So tight it wanted a necklace. It was a feckless.
Yeah. Said it really wasn't gold. So it wasn't a necklace. It was a feckless.
A fake.
I do like that, feckless. Well, no, feckless. Weak, ineffective, worthless, irresponsible.
Oh, I know a lot of people that could describe.
Right. So many years ago in my feckless youth, I took 20-hour Greyhound bus trips across the Midwest. So feckless. And I think we can all incorporate that in our everyday language because it's important to use words in the dictionary that, can help you either check somebody, make them feel real small, or make them look in the dictionary to figure out what you said. And I try to do that all the time.
I mean, my favorite word to describe somebody is vapid.
Vapid?
Yes.
Vapid. Word of the day. What hamburgery?
Burgery.
Burger. I'm gonna write Webster's and see if I can get that for the burgery.
A savory meat smell.
An overwhelming
burger
smell. Anyway, okay. The next word I have for you is flout. Flout.
They do anything for flout. No.
Okay. Tell me what you think it means, though. Because it's a verb. Flout.
I'm thinking of words like flounder.
Flounder. It's a fish.
Or flunt. It has several meanings.
Okay.
Or like
a savory, a flounder. That's too flounder. Flounder.
Flowdy. Go ahead and drop some knowledge on me.
Okay.
Brother Trey.
A verb. No. To treat with contemptuous disregard, scorn.
Yeah, like to flounder. Okay.
Right. To indulge in scornful behavior. If you're a person who likes to flout authority, you could be in jail.
Well.
Flout.
by the grace,
By the
but
grace.
God.
Yeah. So I'm going to continue to do the word of the day because I've received some very positive feedback about it. Some of the listeners of the Cocktail 615, hit me up and, really appreciate the time that we take to come up with some of the words, and hopefully you can incorporate that and make yourself feel good about yourself. But anyway, it's the Cocktail 615.
So you won't be sounding like these mumble rappers.
We'll be right back.
What's up? It's your boy Trey. Thanks for tuning in to the Cocktail 615.
What's good with you? It's your boy Nico Green. Want everybody out there that's listening right now to go pick up my new album, Satellites, available on all platforms. Holla at your boy.
I'm trying to stack the funds cause the family gotta eat. If you owe me, cough it up cause I ain't really trying to beat. But if the gator crocodile, then that's a done deal. Straight heat. But the bad guy don't die in this.
Yeah, it's the Cocktail 615. We are back. Mel, does the name Chad Wheeler mean anything to you? Chad Wheeler. Does that sound familiar? Have you heard anything about Chad Wheeler? Chad Wheeler.
I know somebody with the last name Wheeler.
Okay. Well, Chad Wheeler is a former offensive lineman with the Seattle Seahawks. And the reason he is a former offensive lineman is because he was recently let go because of domestic violence issues that he's had with his, I think it was his wife, or is his wife, or whatever. And some of the stories that have been released about what happened are very chilling. That he kicked her and punched her and choked her, and to the point where she passed out. And then he, assuming, exited the room, came back. She was resuming consciousness and said to her, "Oh, you're alive." Right? Now, I've seen...
So he didn't check her pulse.
I think his intention was to kill her.
So, okay.
I think I can only realize, when you ask somebody, "Oh, you're alive," it's like you had.
He was surprised.
You were surprised. You were surprised. And when I heard that story, I feel about domestic violence that if you are a man and your communication skills are one that where you think it's appropriate to physically abuse, mentally abuse your counterpart, your woman, or nowadays your man or whomever else.
Because men get abused too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I can't wrap my mind around how somebody can't communicate in that way that's what they result to. Is, "Oh, well, let me punch her. Let me..."
That's not funny.
But let me beat her. And so a lot of the NFL backlash started with Ray Rice. And when the reports came out about Ray Rice, it was more so, he got into an altercation with his wife. She's not pressing charges. We'll look into it. We'll do further investigation. And then TMZ released the hotel footage of him knocking her smooth out and then dragging her into an elevator. Jesus Christ. But
then you also have what's that, Hernandez? Didn't he kill his lover? Allegedly?
I don't know. I think he killed or had a hand in the murder of somebody that was going to out him as being a homosexual.
So an ex-lover.
Oh, maybe. I don't know that.
Allegedly.
Right. Whatever the case may be. But
alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly. Shout out to Alexander Rogers.
And so, and this story came out maybe Monday or Tuesday of this week. And once all of the information has been released, he then tweets, or his representative or publicist tweets that he had a manic episode and that because he was off of his medication that he lost his control. These are the words that were put out on social media for us to, I don't know, have sympathy for this guy, have sympathy for somebody that asked his wife, "Oh, you still alive?" Come on, man. I can't even think about a man or calling somebody a man that would do such a thing. That's not manly. That's not. So do you know the 9 types of physical abuse? Because I've had a conversation.
I can come up with at least 7.
Okay. I had a conversation in regard. What about the T.I. and Tiny thing? You heard about that? Child, please. Said you couldn't come into their house if you ain't popped these little X pills. You know what I mean? And so there's a fine line with me. If you are an adult,
I'd be like, "Oh, I took mine in the car."
Right. But if you,
oh no, and if they refused and tried to leave, they would just, because you got to put your little cell phone in the little basket, like the little collection plate basket.
Yeah.
Allegedly. They was like they wasn't getting they little iPhone or their Android back. You wasn't getting that bike.
Come
you
on.
wasn't getting the bike.
Come on, man.
Ain't no phone, bitch.
But that is, domestic violence in a nutshell to me. If one person can say they made me or they suggested that I take this X pill, it don't even matter. Let's say you took
coercion.
Let's say you took the X pill on your own merit. Like they didn't even require you. That wasn't even part of the deal. And you were high or you were rolling and they still fucked you and took it. They still wrong. Because they
saw that you were in a vulnerable state and they took advantage of it.
Yes. So I think T.I. and Tiny going to jail. They going directly to jail. Do not pass go. I don't care if you even got something on Boardwalk or Park Place. That motherfucker going to jail.
You can have hotels and houses.
So you
can have all the railroads.
So when you came in, when I came and picked you up, I think you were listening to something like that about how T.I.'s rebuttal about all of this stuff that's going on?
Yes, I was actually listening to Lovely T. She's also another blogger on YouTube. Great content. She does celebrity gossip, but then she also does conspiracy theorist stuff too as well. But she usually has like a weekend live where she talks about certain topics, and T.I. and Tiny were the matter of discussion.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's all bad for them because
I think what was bad for them was when their friend Shekinah Joe came out and said some things that out of emotion, and it's not necessarily what she was saying was true, but she said some pretty incriminating things like, well, why you weren't saying when you was recruiting the girls?
Ma'am.
You want to go ahead and log off for me, please?
Right, ma'am. But if that is their lifestyle, right, and if that is the going rate for the family hustle, like
is that the family hustle?
Is that the family hustle? So I know that sometimes things come out and people want to sully your name. I get that. I get people just want to hate on you. But it's like when multiple people are coming out and say, oh, that shit happened to me too. That's how that shit starts.
Right.
And if, like I said, if one person can say, yes, they took advantage of me, and somebody can corroborate that, they going to jail. It's not even fitting to be.
You going to jail now? No.
You done fucked up. You said you bought the bottle of beer. Nah. Yeah, they going to jail.
I said, So you said you recruited the girls.
Yeah. And so, bringing them to your house and doing all that kind of stuff. But let me just kind of give you all the 9 types of domestic violence or physical abuse that whether you believe that you are treating this woman bad or you treating this guy bad, until you actually know these 9 types, you really don't know. So the first is physical violence, and that's physical violence occurs when someone uses a part of their body or an object to control a person's actions. That's very ambiguous. Right.
Like that Arthur Fist meme?
Yeah. Sexual violence. Sexual violence occurs when a person is forced to unwillingly take part in sexual
Say what now?
Unwillingly take part in sexual activity. And like I said, in the car on the way over, if you have, invited a little breezy over back to the crib and you offer
Little
her
baby.
little junk and you invite her to have a drink or two,
A cocktail,
if
you will.
or smoke or something, whatever gets her off.
An herbal refreshment.
I can think that if she flips the script on your ass, you going to fucking jail. Because she is under the influence of a substance that is impairing her judgment, and you are aware of that.
Right, because you are in fact the supplier
of that. Oh yeah, you going directly to fucking jail.
Right.
Anyway,
you're going to the slammer.
here's one that I think we are all either a victim of or have participated in being a, I don't want to say a subscriber to, but I mean, we have all used words that I wish I didn't say that. I wish I could take that back. And that's emotional violence, right? Emotional violence occurs when someone says or does something to make a person feel stupid or worthless.
So when I call people vapid,
Right. And if it is taken out of context and they want to use that in order to entrap you, then they can use this saying, I'm emotionally scarred. And how many times have you heard that? I'm emotionally, like I've been emotionally damaged because you call me petty or you call me, whatever the case may be. If I use that because my feelings are hurt, and I don't want to slight anybody that is a victim.
No, emotional abuse is very much a real thing.
It is.
So far, the ones that you've named, I have had encounters with. Keep it going. Let me see how many of these. How many of these on the list have I encountered? Like, this is a game.
Yeah. Psychological violence.
Okay, that's okay. 4.
Psychological violence occurs when someone uses threats and causes fear in an individual to gain control. Mm-hmm. I think
I'm 4 for 4 right now.
4 for 4.
I'm a win this dinner right now.
Listen,
4 for 4.
We should have did the domestic violence of the day, and you would have been batting 1,000.
Right.
But not to make light of that. But when you think about psychological violence, and I don't want to put this on anybody's conscience, but I can think of times where I've said things to try to manipulate the situation. Yeah, shit, I can be honest about it.
All right, I'm going to head out. No.
No, but I would venture to say you have too. I mean, there are things. You got that mouth, Melanie.
Wait a minute.
Not
Wait
like
a
that.
minute.
But you are loquacious, and you have the ability to articulate yourself in a way that if I don't understand what you're saying, I can feel psychologically and emotionally violated. It's true.
I do have the tendency to tell you to go to hell in such a way
Right.
that you look forward to the trip.
Right. So just be careful when you are stepping on that soapbox, because if somebody wants to use that, they can in that way. Anyway.
Statute of limitations.
Statute.
I'm a new person.
Today. Anyway. No, I already did that. Spiritual violence.
Come on, somebody.
Spiritual or religious violence occurs when someone uses an individual's spiritual beliefs to manipulate, dominate, or control the person.
Okay, I'm 5 for 5 at this point.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Of the 5 for 5, 4 for 4, of that, which one would you like to speak to in terms of?
I mean, I could write a book about all of them. So, I mean.
I don't want.
We're not going to.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that will be part 2.
Keep going.
Okay.
Let's see what else is on the list. I might be able to expound on some of these other ones.
Oh, I know this for a fact. Cultural violence.
Oh, child, we just talked about that one.
Jesus.
Boom.
Cultural violence occurs when an individual is harmed as a result of practices that are a part of his or her culture, religion, or tradition.
You talk really clear for a black girl.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're not like those other black people.
Right.
You know how they act.
A couple of gray sodas. Like, come on, man. Like, really, we gonna do this right now? Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, and you can, I have never, in my opinion, culturally violated someone, someone that I was dating or involved with. But I have been culturally violated, and just kind of being the token black guy.
No, I think.
Yeah. And you're asked questions that supposedly only black people know.
Well, what do you think about,
Yeah. Did you watch LeBron dunk on? It's like,
right.
Come on, bro. Like, yes,
hey, bro.
Yeah. What does fleek mean? Like, I don't know.
You mean the watery substance that comes out of your anus after you do shit? Because that's what fleek is.
Oh, Jesus.
But thanks.
Anyway, verbal abuse.
Okay. So how many have we had?
Right.
Shit.
Right. Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse occurs when someone uses language, whether spoken or written, to cause harm to an individual.
So I've experienced all of these so far, and I'm like, gosh, I've encountered so much abuse and I've risen above all of that.
Yeah.
God is good.
God is all the time.
And all the time. No.
Yeah. Financial abuse.
Yep.
Financial
Been through
abuse
that one too.
occurs when someone controls an individual's financial resources without the person's consent or misuses those resources. So I know a lot of, well, I won't say a lot, but I know a few women that they have men that are like leeches and that are sucking the financial life out of them.
Excuse me, say that again?
Sucking the financial...
No. Go back to the beginning of the statement.
I know some women.
Who are
allowing.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But to be financial leeches to them. And this is, of course, their point of view and, being sympathetic to their stories because I'm their friend, know. But I can see how, you are in a committed married relationship and, you have these traditional views. And even if the woman, right, is the primary breadwinner, but if you have that type of mentality that, the man has to do this and the man has to make all of these judgment calls, and when it comes to money, and the woman allows you to or is persuaded by that, then you are physically or financially abusing her, in my opinion. And so a lot of these things, it's, what are you allowing to happen to you? Some of these, the sexual, the physical, the verbal, it's like you
But
can't...
I think because a lot of us as children go through that verbal and physical abuse, right?
And
so because we don't have emotional healing from that, we carry that pain in what my crystal bearing brothers and sisters would say, you would carry that in your solar plexus or your root chakra. You know what I'm saying? And so you carry that trauma on to other relationships because you have an emptiness or you haven't healed from that trauma from a child. And so then it carries on into your adulthood and it manifests in other relationships in your life, be it through friendships, relationships, partnerships at work and things of that nature. So a lot of the abuse that people are allowing, it's because they have not healed from that past trauma that they have experienced in a younger sense.
And to round off the field, we have neglect. Neglect occurs when someone has the responsibility to provide care or assistance for an individual, but does not.
So, okay, I've experienced all of these.
All of them.
That's great.
But you know what, Mel?
The more you know.
You know what, Mel? And I kind of preface this. It's like I think we've all experienced or inflicted a lot of these.
One or more of these.
Not necessarily just the sexual abuse and the physical. And, I've never punched a girl. I've never raped a girl. But I've said some foul-ass shit. Like, your pussy whack. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. But
that's terrible.
Because I don't have a filter in that way, I can just imagine how I've made some people feel by my words. And because I don't care about your feelings in that way, that the verbal abuse can, like you said, have long-lasting effects on your next relationship, the relationship after that, because of something that I said or something that I did or did not do. It allows you or doesn't allow you to be vulnerable in your next relationships. And I think we all are guilty of or have experienced some of those directly.
What's up? It's your boy Trey. Thanks for tuning in to the Cocktail 615.
Listen, anytime I get with Mel, man, we have great conversation. She stimulates thought in me, and we have just a vibe that I can't.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I can't even just say that I've experienced that type of vibe with anyone else, man.
Oh, now come on now.
And she's my girl, man. She's a phenomenal woman. I don't know the poem by heart, but hey, if you read it, it's Melanie at the end with the big cheese on her face. But that's the end of the show. What did you learn today? What are you taking from this show that you didn't know or you didn't have before we recorded tonight?
Flout.
Flout, which is one of the words of the day. But you know what I learned today? That domestic violence is very broad, and it is not as narrow as I thought.
It happens to the people with sometimes the highest self-esteem.
Yeah. So for the listeners of this show that have experienced domestic violence or have been a victim of any of the things that we talked about today, my thoughts and prayers are with you and your families, that you are coping with whatever it is that you are coping with effectively. And like I said in the previous segment, we're going to figure out a way that we can use this platform to help. And if it's just one person that we help, then it was worth the investment. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what show this is going to be. I would venture to say it's probably going to be like 44, 45, something like that. But y'all tune in. I'm going to keep bringing Melanie back for as long as she's ready to be here because, like I said, that vibe is real. It's tangible. It's like you can feel it. I know you can taste it. It's the Cocktail 615.
You can feel it all.
Over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Stevie.
You can feel it. Anyway, it's a Cocktail 615. We out this thing. Peace.